showtime! Woo!
Styling, profiling, jet flying, son of a gun. You like that, mate? You like it?
What time did the train get in?
Make sure boy don't ride trains. I thought I'd make
Sure.
for one of the biggest nights in current wrestling history. This is going to be a fairly exciting night. So tonight we're doing the watch party, the weekly Wrestling Ramble watch party. So we're not going to kind of treat this like a show, but we'll have a wee chat before AEW Dynamite Rampage starts in 28 minutes and 37 seconds. I know you're kind of watching the countdown as we are, but guys, if you are watching live, which I can see some of you are, get in the comments, tell us what you're looking forward to tonight, what you hope happens, what do you hope doesn't happen. It's going to be a crazy night. Todd, you and I don't have a format for the show because we just kind of treat it as our weekly Wrestling Ramble where we catch up. Mate, how excited are you for this monumental moment in wrestling history, apparently?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just woke up, so absolutely buzzing. Can't believe that we're about to see Jade Cargill in action on AEW Rampage.
Mate, is anybody?
It's amazing that she's managed to sell out Chicago just on the basis of this one match. It's huge.
I mean, has anybody really even paid attention to what matches are on the card? Like, do you even know?
The only reason I know is because literally before we started the stream, I was just checking through Twitter and stuff like that, and somebody had posted like a list of matches. So there is three, but to be fair, nobody gives a shit.
No, they're here
we're all here for the anticipation.
Yeah, Shane McMahon, the best in the world, showing up on AEW TV.
Well, to be fair, that would be a surprise. That would be big, I suppose.
It would be funny.
I own AEW.
Yeah, I know own AEW, and Vince is like, Stephanie owns Impact, and we're doing the invasion. But all the top stars, like what was his name that got sacked to WWE? He was in that thing with Nikki Cross and all that. Eric Young. Eric Young and that are staying at home, getting paid to stay at home. They've still got turn-on money. That would be something. Social media is blowing up. Everything's kind of blowing up. Hold on, I'm going to just do some of the magic here, Todders, and I'm going to take this off because it's absolutely roasting. But I can't let everybody at home see how the stars in your eyes magic works. So I mean, what matches? Do you know what matches we've got on the card tonight?
Jurassic Express versus Private Party. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus that lot that attacked them on Wednesday. and Jade Cargill versus Brandy Rhodes lookalike of the week.
Oh, I thought her name was Hulk Hogan or something like that.
Something like that.
Ariana Hogan or something. I wonder if she's married to you know who, brother.
No, of course she isn't. She's black. I know it's pretty controversial. I know it's a really bad joke.
No.
Everybody knows about Hogan's well-known belief system.
Well, for this, by the way, does this not feel like WrestleMania?
It does. It's kind of strange because it's probably the closest AEW, at least at this moment, will feel to WrestleMania. It's the first event. And I include all their pay-per-views up to this point. No pay-per-view that they've had, not even the initial double or nothing, has had this feel, this anticipation. To be fair, they've kind of... It's all been of their own making. Oh, hello.
Hey.
Any you sleep, man?
She's at work. She's at work. Night shift.
Right, okay. That makes sense. Of course she is.
So she would like to sleep. Probably is. But mate, it feels like a big thing. How much, even just in the last couple of weeks, has AEW just really give the fans what they want. I mean, this is essentially what would happen with WWE if you just give the audience what they want. They know what they want, and it's that clear that Tony Khan can clearly understand it.
Yeah, he's building hype. I'm almost part of me was kind of almost disappointed when they started to tease Punk, because I thought myself, oh no, they're ruining the surprise. But thankfully, it's not turned out that way, because there's such an anticipation about this happening that it doesn't matter. It's not really going to stagnate the pop. It's not going to be like Batista being announced the week before, because they've not announced it. There's still that element of doubt because it's Punk, and
there's no element of doubt, mate. Tony Khan on Busted Open Radio today.
There's no element of doubt because of how they've dealt with it. They've made it quite clear that he's coming without actually saying he's coming. If that makes sense.
Yeah. They've
just
done they've called this what's called viral marketing, where they give you just enough without giving you the actual thing. They allow you to speculate. They've actually done really well, because by doing that, they've allowed us to be excited and to talk about it and to surmise about what's going to happen. They've given us an experience leading up to it, rather than just dropping it on us. There are possibilities that, pardon me, there are possibilities that, they could kind of try and pull the swerve, but I know I'll be quite disappointed if they screw up how they bring him out, because I thought, see, for bringing Big Show out,
the thing is, you sent me a text message like about a week ago that was totally on point. It was like, we're not asking for anything special. We're just asking for the music to hit and for him to come out and just do something. Mm-hmm. It's no difficult.
It is not difficult. And the crazy thing is, imagine they did not get the rights to Cult of Personality. Could you imagine how just the difference? Also, here's another thing. That static sound you hear at the start of Cult of Personality, right? Was that a WWE thing? Like, I know it was made in WWE, but is that exclusive only to WWE thing? So
it's difficult, because if you listen to the actual song, which I did not long after, it's not in the initial song, original song, is it?
Nope.
So,
yes.
But to be fair, it's just a.
And during the few moments we have left, I want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody can easily understand. And that's how the original song starts.
To be fair, if they did that, I mean, everybody knows what it's going to be. But see, that can't be broadcast or copyright. Surely that's just a case. I mean, I think you might be. I think it might be a WWE edit thing. But
well, look at UFC.
Well, he did use it in UFC, didn't he?
He didn't.
Right. Okay. Then it probably won't happen.
It just started Cult of Personality.
Well,
like without the wee voice part.
I would be very surprised if it wasn't that song.
Well, it will be. It has to be now.
Yeah, purely because what you mentioned, he used it in the UFC. WWE are not owners of that song. It's a song by Living Colour, so I'd be very surprised if AEW haven't paid that money. They paid for one of the better things they've done is started paying for well-known songs for entrance themes, such as I think the best example of that's the John Moxley and Eddie Kingston Wild thing.
No, it's Tarzan Boy.
Oh no, I forgot about that. The Jungle Boy entrance is pretty cool, but I still like the Wild thing. I quite like that. Do you
think it works?
I do. I actually think it works really well in a live environment. Gets the crowd pumped. It's got them a bit more over if they needed that. Those two.
I do think music is a huge part of what can get a wrestler over.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Jungle Boy got over, like the example you used. Jungle Boy was over before, but it's
Mm-hmm.
The best example I can think of is Fandango. Fandango basically got over on the back of his theme song.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever happened to Fandango?
The problem is, I think he's not still there in some form. I think he's released now, actually, maybe.
No, it's Fandango's gone. So
I was watching the Jericho interview on YouTube about him the other day. And Vince was trying to get over a gimmick of an evil ballroom dancer, and Vince is sitting in the office like, fucking ballroom dancers make you so fucking mad. I hate them. I hate them.
Absolutely. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of folks in tonight. If you're watching, drop us a comment. Let us know what you're looking forward to tonight. In about 19 minutes. Let us know what you're looking forward to seeing. Let us know the ways that you would like to see CM Punk enter, and maybe even Bryan Danielson, if that is the case. Will Bryan
Could you imagine
Danielson
they two
tonight?
show up tonight and then on Monday Night Raw, the WWE tease that they're coming back instead and then bring back a fake CM Punk and fake Daniel Bryan?
The higher back Tyler Breeze as CM Punk. Dye his hair black.
Get Kurt Hawkins to be Daniel Bryan.
Tony Khan had actually put out a tweet saying that tonight is going to be the biggest surprise that they've managed to pull off in a sold out thingy. Now,
interesting.
I don't think that relates to CM Punk, because I think the cat's out of the bag now, you know. And when he's referred to CM Punk in weeks leading up to this, he said, you know, we know what's going to happen at Rampage, so you know he's not kind of said that it won't happen. So I don't know if that means that, or if that is the Daniel Bryan, you know. We've got a comment here from Crap Mo Stank. Brilliant name. Crap Mo Stank. That's brilliant. What is the most powerful wrestling move? Well, that depends who you are and who's doing it to you.
Finger poke of doom.
Finger poke of doom. I mean, that was powerful. But you could go for the old AJ Styles clash that has broken like 3 necks. but it's not AJ Styles' fault, and it's not the move's fault. It's the person taking it. A wrestler's always taught to tuck the chin, and it's a natural instinct when you're in that position. But AJ Styles jumps forward and not backwards, so you're actually supposed to go like this and put your head as back as possible. So the guys that have had their neck broken were the guys that tucked their chin. And there's a great clip on YouTube where James Ellsworth tucks his neck and AJ Styles is like, come on, no another neck. So he just mid flow, he's like, nah, and saves James Ellsworth from getting his neck broken. Have you seen that, Todd?
I've not seen it, but I've heard about, of course, it getting banned and things like that. I mean, if you're certainly talking non-kayfabe, that's certainly a contender. If you're talking in kayfabe, you could choose about 1,000. You could choose a tombstone. You could choose Goldberg's jackhammer, or, in my opinion, the ankle lock. Because I don't know, back in the day when Kurt Angle was the man, if he put you in that ankle lock, if you got that locked in, were you in the middle of the ring?
You screaming. You're screaming.
Plus, if you've ever tried somebody putting an ankle lock in you in real life,
yeah, not a good one. Not a good one at all. Some people have surmised that MJF may come out to the Cult of Personality in the same style that what's his face, Paul Heyman did. What do you think?
I really hope not, because it would almost ruin the pop, in my opinion. Just
it would.
The music. I messaged you earlier on. You asked me this question, and you remember WrestleMania when John Cena was supposed to face Undertaker, and he'd been calling him out for weeks. And Undertaker had been sitting there like eating his pizza backstage or something like that, watching. And then Elias came out. It went dark, and then Elias came out, and it was like booze, blah 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 blah. No music, just booze. And then Cena, looks like it's not going to happen. Looks like the show's about to end. Cena's about to head back upstage, and then the music hits. I think something like that would work if they're planning to do something with MJF. But see if he comes into the music and all that, I'll be like,
it'd be quite crap.
That'll be them botching the return, in my opinion.
Yeah, Crap Mostank says, I like the one with the smelly sock. Mr. Sacco. Yeah, that was actually called the Mandible Claw. Hey, get this. I think AEW have botched some of their biggest moments. So they're well known.
No, I agree. Of late, they've been getting better. The Aleister Black debut was a pretty good example of them maybe doing it correctly. It's like you said, this isn't rocket science. This isn't a difficult thing to do. See, if you're a wrestling fan, it's been done before. Just do it properly. I mean, people are probably going to know when it's going to be. When the segment's happening, we'll know when it's happening.
It was like that part in Raw 25 when Vince McMahon's like, I didn't need any of you, not a single person. I was like, cue the shattering of the glass, you know.
Exactly. It doesn't. It may be predictable, but it doesn't make it any less cool.
Now, Tony Khan said that this episode of Rampage is going to be formatted different to what Dynamite is and to what Rampage always is, because tonight's like a historical moment for AEW and something that people are going to harken back to for times to come. So, when's the last time that you remember watching an event where you didn't even care what matches were on? Like we're not watching this for any match. Like when was the last time that happened?
Live, I don't know, because to be honest, there's not a lot of Raws or Smack. Because up till now, it's been WWE.
Mm-hmm.
No other wrestling. Like I mean, I wasn't around to watch wrestling in WCW days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, Stevenson, there's absolutely no way that Punk doesn't show up tonight. I'm sorry. I can understand people thinking there's going to be a swerve, and Brian might debut as well, but after all this promotion and all this hype, there's no way Punk doesn't show up tonight. There's just no
For
way.
context here, for people that are listening to this on Spotify and can't read the comments, Stevenson says, I totally think it is a swerve. Punk will not debut tonight. Maybe Brian, but not Punk. Now, by the way, that could happen if you want to get major heat, but to do that, I think what happens is if that was to happen, AEW would lose all credibility. And all
Correct.
the fans will be like, fuck AEW. Not only will they
Correct.
piss off all their fans completely, Twitter will be a meltdown, the building will be a melt, but they'll also will not come back the next time. Because fool me once,
Yep.
it's on me. Fool me twice. Sorry, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. They will lose it, and they have such a moment here to do something that will be one of the most watched moments in wrestling, especially for the last how long. To ruin that on a swerve, it's not worth it. What do they gain from that? So I cannot say that Punk won't be there. I think Punk will be there tonight. I absolutely think he will. It's just a matter of how, when, and I think that's what's keeping us all gripped. Like, what's
Yes.
going to happen? What's going to happen? How's he going to do it? Who's he coming for? It's clearly Darby Allin because they've done nothing but promote this episode as, will Darby Allin be the best in the world? It's like, oh, here we go. And he's not even booked in a match. So I think what will happen is he'll come out, right? But by the way, the show will start like this. The show will start. You'll get your wee intro, and as soon as it pans to the crowd, they'll be chanting CM Punk.
Yes.
And if they're not, then we're
Do you
in with the
think
wrong
it'll
crowd.
be like Darby and Sting standing in the ring, and then Darby basically going, "Okay, then, so we're here, we're in Chicago. If you think you're the best in the world, why don't you just come and blah 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 blah?" And then, like you say, it could be like MGF comes out, bum 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 bum. I'm the best in the world, of course, and you know it. I've never been defeated. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. And then what could happen as well is MJF could probably do in Sting and Darby Allin, and then Punk's music hits.
If Wardlow's well, yes, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Yeah, to save the day, and then kind of picks Darby Allin up, looks at him, and is like, the wee nod or whatever. But by the way, Darby Allin is a babyface. CM Punk, I would believe, is coming in as a babyface. So it has. How do you book that?
Maybe he makes a save.
Aye, but if he's making the save for Darby, I mean, what's Sting there for? I always thought Sting. If I not always says to you, Sting is his wee dad. Sting's his wee dad. Leave my kid alone. Anytime Darby's getting his ass kicked, Sting just comes out with a baseball bat. I'll get my dad to you. Dad comes out, fuck off, back to your own scheme. And they're like, whoa, don't want any Sting. It could be interesting. Maybe Darby comes to the ring, tells Sting to, leg it, calls out CM Punk, nothing happens. Darby's ready to leave. I don't know. I just can't see it being as cookie cutter. I can't see it being that predictable.
There's a possibility he might not debut against Darby. I mean, you look at who's he had in WWE before. John Moxley, possibility there maybe. Jericho, because now Jericho and MJF's feud is quite clearly over after their big blow-off match on Dynamite.
And by the way, for a match on Dynamite, that could have been an all-out. That could have been double or nothing. Wow. What a match.
Brilliant.
By the way, loving this. I'm loving how good AEW's become. Now, by the way, after tonight, we're going to see it's like what happens when you got your favorite band. You love them. You get you get it all out of your system, and then they break mainstream, and then everybody loves them. Everybody's saying how great of a fan they are, and you're like, I was there from the beginning, for the very start. That's kind of us. That's kind of us. Well, you more so than me. You gave it a chance more than I did, and then I kind of came on, and we've kind of seen it evolve into this. But this is the best it's been. Oh, we've got another comment from.
I completely. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I can read that. Stephen Stevenson
Yeah.
says, I hope you are right, but I figure if I set myself up for a swerve, then I get to mark out with everyone and not be disappointed. Do you know what that is?
Fair enough.
That is WWE.
Yes.
WWE have done this to you, right? They've conditioned you to think you're going to get something dangled in front of your face and then swooped away at the last minute and leave you disappointed.
Yes, that's
We are dealing with AEW here. And,
yes, correct.
and
We're
they've
not going
always told us
to get a kid pulled out of the audience and given a title belt. It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know. Like, he wasn't given a title belt, but he was definitely there. He was definitely there.
Or
it's
Braun
true.
Strowman or some shit like that.
Yeah. Hey, he could debut. They also said about another acquisition, a top star, and I can only think of that being the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, or Ric Flair.
Absolutely. Oh. You know what's funny?
Huh.
As much as Bray Wyatt would be cool, I think I'd like Flair, especially at the minute.
Yeah, it comes in. It comes in on Braun Strowman's back as a train. And everybody's like that. I thought you didn't ride trains, Ric Flair. He's like, not that kind of train, baby. Woo! That would be incredible. I'd love that. Do you know who? Do you know what? Ric Flair would be a great asset to MJF. Can you imagine those two together? Like heel.
It would be. I'm trying to go back to the original question because I don't want to miss this point. Right? There's a lot like. Sure, me and you have been here more or less from the beginning from AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about that. It's not about being between AEW and WWE. Don't be that person that's like, oh, well, you didn't ever watch AEW from the beginning. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
We're all wrestling fans. We all, whether we like it or not, we're all here because we were WWE fans or WCW fans, right? Whether you don't slag WWE because...
Oh, mate, I'm not slagging WWE. I'm just saying it as it is.
As I said, I'm not addressing you. I'm addressing these people who feel like they need to pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pick a side right now. I'm watching SmackDown as it is right now. It's the first time I've watched it in a wee while.
And you'll be changing that over the minute in 6 minutes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, they've got... The only thing WWE've got at the minute is Cena and Reigns for me at the minute. But I don't dislike WWE. I don't dislike AEW. I'm actually quite happy that we've got an alternative. It's great to have two wrestling promotions. I don't care if you were there from the beginning. I don't care if you're just coming in now for the lapsed fan. I actually think people coming in, I'm not jealous of those people who say, well, you've not been there since the beginning. You're just a glory hunter. I think, who cares? If they're coming in, even better. That's more people watching AEW. That's more people eyes on the product. That's going to make the promotion bigger. That's the whole point here. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy wrestling. It's brilliant.
Definitely. And how good is it to enjoy now? Stephen Stevenson says, speaking of Braun, I would love to see him do an Incredible Hulk gimmick with John Silver. Mate, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I kind of see him painting himself green every time he has to go to the ring. Face paint, maybe. It would be cool to see him face paint up, but... oh, yeah. All right, so John Silver...
Where does John Silver come into it? Oh, wait a minute.
I'm getting you right. So he goes mental. Probably the lights.
The same character.
Never been done before, but that could be smart. See if you pitched that to Vince McMahon. Ha ha ha! Good shit. You know for
to be
a fact
fair, Vince McMahon was the one that thought it was great that every time he mows down somebody, like you say, he's got a train noise. That lead to one of my favourite memes ever. You know when he got fired? The Botchamania posted the picture of him like sitting behind the wall getting bricked up like in Thomas the Tank Engine when the trains got broken, they all got bricked up into the big tunnel. There's a picture of Braun Strowman with the bricks.
Oh man, it's 5 minutes to go time. I hope everybody that's watching kind of sticks around with us, put it on, and we'll all kind of speak here, chat about it, and we can react together.
Yeah, I'm about to turn it to TNT right now. Cena's in the middle of another promo. Looks like it's exactly the same as last week between Cena and Reigns. I'll watch that another time. At the minute, eyes in the prize,
Yeah, by the way, exactly to your point, WWE is amazing, but it's not always been, and because they kind of monopolized the business, we've kind of been stuck with WWE, take it or leave it, and a lot of us have left it because it's just not for us what it once was. To have that alternative that actually is getting the job done, it's refreshing because Todd, you never experienced that with WCW and WWE, so you have only ever had WWE. I remember watching WCW and watching WWE at the same time. I was always a WWE guy; it was more my bag. But WCW was easier to get a hold of because it was on Channel 5, so I saw a lot of that. But like this is it. This is essentially the beginning of the next phase of where wrestling is going. And I think AEW have done a great job of bringing all the wrestling companies. They've basically, they're a big watering can, and they've come across the business and put fertilizer and water over everything. They really have. Would you not say so?
It's a way to put it. You and your analogies, man. I don't know where you come up with them, but
Sorry.
I would agree. They've definitely. The only thing I've got to relate to, at least in my time as a wrestling fan, like as much as you've been all these years, would be when TNA tried to go up against them, and then WWE was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll bring it Bret Hart after the first time since 1997."
Yeah.
And TNA were just like, "Well, that was about as close as they ever did," and it was not even in the same magnitude.
Nah.
We've said it for months, me and you, right off the camera. AEW needed something to legitimize themselves in the eyes of a lot of, let's be honest, WWE fans, because people didn't take them. Wrestling fans were going, not taking it seriously. And the comments of people like Jim Cornette and things like that were not helping it because they were listening to podcasts of like people like Jim Cornette slagging AEW without even watching it for themselves and making an opinion and see the talent that's over there. But now they're going, okay, we've got Punk. It legitimizes themselves instantly.
Yeah.
It's the thing that WWE couldn't do.
Yeah. They could. They just didn't. It's been made evident as hell. CM Punk was open to talking about it, but there was never any interest from WWE. And Vince said himself that he never planned to work with Punk again. Steven Stevenson says, "Did you hear Flair is appearing on the latest upcoming NWA pay-per-view? They are booking it as he is finally coming home." Yes, and I think that's incredible. I think that's amazing, and I think the NWA have been essentially working with AEW with what's her name, who's just left NWA to now work at AEW. What's her name again? Her with the face paint.
Thunder Rosa.
That's her. So again, it's healthy. I think we all know Flair's going to end up in AEW. It's the done thing. But I think it's going to be great to see Ric Flair be Ric Flair and not an old has-been that gets laughed out of the building every night on WWE. So I think he's going to get treated with respect. Yeah, Thunder Rosa. Thanks for that, Stephen. So it's going to be a real cool one. I really like it. In about 1 minute and 20 seconds, we'll kind of stop talking as much and start watching along with you guys.
Currently got the TNT live stream right now. Anna Kendrick is currently on looking at a painting. I don't know if this is a TV series or a film.
Class.
But at the bottom right hand side it says All Elite Wrestling Rampage up next. So
Felix says, "Oh God, now that you guys brought it up, I really don't want AEW to be the second TNA, man." Well, that's just it. I don't think they will because they're not following the same trait as TNA started off being different from WWE, then tried to be WWE. Now, if you're going to try and be WWE, you're going to lose. That's like a singer going, "I want to be the next Freddie Mercury." Well, guess what? You lose always when you try to be the second something. If you're the first right, you win. If you're the second something, you lose. You're second. And I'm not seeing them trying to be WWE at all.
No, absolutely. I mean, when they first started, they were very much like that. There was too many references to WWE, too many.
Yeah.
Here's the worry. AEW still could potentially be the next TNA unless they book themselves correctly, because all it takes is in 6 months' time, just a few of their talent to walk out or go to WWE, and it could totally tip the tables again. it really depends on WWE, in my opinion. If WWE get their act together, sometimes that can be very difficult to keep up with. But AEW have just simply taken advantage.
Oh, mate, we're starting here.
We are.
And do you know another thing? Another thing as well is I've lost my train of thought now.
Are you watching the? So just so we know where we're in sync.
That's it. Fireworks.
Right now?
Fireworks. Here we go. It's started. Look at that.
Oh wait,
Wow.
so you've got. I see the first CM Punk thing I've seen. Oh, I'm buffering, of course I am.
Now they're chanting CM Punk. Look at that. Yes.
This is the biggest audience that they've had so far.
Yes. No wonder, man. Wow.
The most anticipated announcement up first.
Wow. You hear that crowd? Listen to that crowd, mate.
Oh man, this is
how big match feel is this, man? This is wow.
I can't believe it's up first.
Wow, what's going on here?
It will be last.
Mate, feel that energy. Can you feel that energy?
However, it's most anticipated announcement. So is that Punk though? Is this the tease?
Sure.
For me, Punk coming at the beginning of the show doesn't make any sense.
Listen to that, man.
And JR's commentating tonight as well, which is not a normal thing.
I know. I was like, how can JR not be there? Oh, there it is. What the fuck? Straight away. Some pop though, right? It's just like that.
You're ahead of me.
Yep, he's here. There he is.
Oh, mate, you're ahead of me.
Sorry. Wow.
What a pop. That's one of the loudest pops I've ever heard. There he is. Holy shit.
Yep.
There you go, guys. AEW just upped the game. He's quite emotional about this.
Yeah, as you would be. It's shit hot.
A lot of pressure on him now, though. If he's going to have a promo, he's got to deliver. What's he doing right now on your stream?
Crying.
Man, I love it. That's not even just bury the lead. Let's just get to it.
Fucking hell, eh? They did have the static, just a wee bit.
Oh, brilliant. What a reaction.
There it is.
But The Rock returning for WrestleMania 27, his pop has just been beat. No, not just beat, flattened. I don't know if I allowed her pop.
I've got mine turned down a little bit because
mate, as soon as his music hit, that pop was unbelievable.
Who's that?
Mate, you're going to have to pause it.
Oh, man, right into the crowd. Tell me when he jumps into the crowd and I'll play.
He's hugging somebody, but this guy crying in the crowd right now.
Tell me as soon as he jumps in the crowd.
Just jumped in the crowd.
Right. We're in the same place now.
Oh, this is brilliant, isn't it?
Insane, man. Insane.
You know what, AEW? Fair play to you because you've teased it, but you know what? Straight at the gate, they've went, fuck it, let's give them what they want straight away. God, grown men crying in the crowd and stuff like that. This is how big this is, man.
I think that sign there says how many days he's not been in wrestling. 2,766.
766, wow.
He doesn't come out like a Brock Lesnar guy. Brock Lesnar guy right next to him.
How rich is that guy? Man?
I know. What's he do? Look at that, man. It's an ECW feel right there. Not a commentator saying a word, mate.
But here's the interesting thing: he's out right away. Is this going to be a big homecoming promo now, or is Daniel Bryan going to come out and this is just going to be?
Oh man,
He better not be a commentator, man.
oh no. My phone's blowing up.
CM Punk's in front of a wrestling crowd.
Listen to that, mate. Mental.
I like this. Don't bury the lead. However, they've got a problem now. I hate to be negative, but
Stop
after
it.
this segment finishes, how do they keep the audience? Right.
Is
Okay.
that an advert?
Yeah. I'm watching an advert for fried chicken.
I get AEW Rampage because I'm watching it via the Fight app. Mate, the Fight app's probably better to watch on. It's fucking.
What are you talking about? I get to see Arby's fried chicken.
Mate, what was that, mate? What was that? What was that?
What are you saying?
That fucking pop, that
Oh,
mate.
mate. It's kind of surreal, isn't it? Even though we knew it was coming, it was like one of those things, I'll believe it when I see it.
There was no way that it was not going to happen. So Steven Stevenson, there you go, mate. There you go.
No swear.
Yeah.
The WWE have just sat there and went, fuck.
Like, now what? You're a move, motherfucker.
Somebody call The Rock, god damn it. But even then, that's not going to move the needle.
No, not now.
Even The Rock can't save WWE at the minute now.
You know, there was some of that static there. It's a different static. They've changed it. Did you hear it at the start?
Oh my god. You know what they're putting on right now? It's a promo for the Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes.
Can't wait to watch that. I can't wait to cringe. Steven Stevenson, I am not disappointed in the least. Mate, see? There you are, mate. There you go. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I can't stand Cody Rhodes, but I couldn't watch that. Rhodes to the Top, September 29th. Oh,
what a crowd.
You back now, yeah?
Here we go. Yes.
Pipe
Still
bomb.
screaming CM Punk.
Forgive me, guys. I'm going to be quiet while I listen to this.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Pro wrestling legend makes his first in-ring appearance from 7+ years.
Just for those casual viewers who don't know what's going on.
Yeah. He isn't presenting himself as a wrestler here. He's presenting himself as someone coming to AEW. Wow.
on what I was going to say because I didn't know what to say. Because I didn't know how I was going to feel, but I knew that I needed to feel it.
This crowd is going mental for him, man.
Yeah, I know. Now, AJ Lee be coming soon? You would think that. They'd be a good power couple.
Absolutely. Class.
And we got a lot to cover. There's good news and bad news. The bad news is we're not going to get to it all right here, right now. But the good news is I got
He's wrestling.
Yes.
Wait, 1 second. Possibly for me, the most important thing I'm going to say right now, this is for everybody at home. This is for everybody who bought a ticket. This is for everybody in the back. If at all through my journey, any of my personal choices or decisions related to my life made you feel disappointed or let down, let me just say, I understand. If you all try to understand that I was never going to get healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, staying in the same place that got me sick in the first place.
Wow.
Amazing. Follow that, Jade Cargill.
It's hot in here. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, a new T-shirt, pro wrestling tees, eh?
It's the same as the old one, basically.
yeah.
It's just different enough to sell a lot of hotcakes.
yeah. The new
I
shirt.
like how they're going for just about everything as close as it could be.
Can I tell you a story?
He's still good in the mic, man.
Oh, absolutely. Never wasn't.
He's about to sit down cross-legged. Oh, man.
I love how the commentators are
This
just
is like shooting fish in a barrel, man.
See, I felt before like I had to leave. I didn't want to, but I knew I couldn't stay, and that was when I used to work for a place called Ring of Honor.
Daniel Bryan.
2005 was my last match in Ring of Honor, and I famously came out with tears in my eyes. Walking out here today, I now know why I was crying. There was a lot of reasons, but what it boiled down to was I had made a place where people could come work, get paid, learn their craft, and love professional wrestling.
This is Pipe Bomb Part 2. This is the continuation. This is the full circle.
It was a home, and I knew where I was going. It wasn't going to be easy for a guy like me, because I'm one of you. So I look at it like this. August 13th, 2005, I left professional wrestling.
Hot shot WWE there. Oof.
I know.
August 20th, 2021. I'm back. And I'm back for you. I'm not going to lie. I'm back for me too. And I'm back because of the hell of a lot of young talent that I wished I was surrounded by 10 years ago. So instead now I'm sitting back and I say, well, hell, they're there now, so why aren't you? Here I am.
Awesome. For all you people that thought he was going to show up at SummerSlam, for all you people who thought he was going to come back as a commentator, you'll be watching.
Because there's a couple of scores to settle in that locker room.
Fucking Cabana.
I'm back for the young guys. Darby Allin.
CM Punk Hangman Page, give me it.
He just called out Darby Allin. He absolutely did.
He obviously rates Darby, the trolley collector.
Oh, look, there he is.
There he is. Where's Da? I'm going to beat him up for you, son.
Yeah. And the rafters.
I see you. You're good. I see you jump out of airplanes. I see you wrapped up in a body bag and jumped over the top rope. I see you kick down a flight of stairs, and you always come back. Just like each and every person here in Chicago, you're tough. But I'm here to help. You're the first on the list. I'm here to help you because you're a daredevil and you like danger. Well, Darby Allin, there is nothing you can do that is more dangerous than wrestling CM Punk. Except wrestling CM Punk in Chicago.
Here we go. All out.
All out.
I will see you, and I'll see Sting, and I'll see all of you September 5th. And all out. Live on pay-per-view. I'm back.
It's looking good as well.
Yes.
There was a picture of him recently that made him look a bit out of shape, but
Big JR, man. Love JR. Jill running up and down my spine.
Oh, one more thing. 7 years is an awful long time to wait for somebody. I appreciate everybody here who has waited. So on your way out of the United Center tonight, grab yourself a free ice cream.
Fucking yes. There it is, man. There it is.
it's almost like, here we go, we're back.
Yeah.
He's continuing where he left off. Darby Allin, there's no way you're beating him. Darby, you'll be looking at the lights, pal.
Yes. Ah, they're singing the song, man.
Well, there you go, guys. Do we go to bed now?
I know. I need to hang on because I just don't think that's going to be it. They're not going to blow it all straight away.
I think you might be right.
It's funny, they're all singing the song.
This is class, man.
Mm-hmm. They've got ice cream bars. That's amazing. That is amazing. That's a big fuck you to WWE, even though, like, without saying it. That's amazing.
They've done their homework, man.
Mate, incredible. Brock Lesnar guy again. What's the chances, man?
It's good to see Punk happy.
Yeah.
Rather than being the miserable bugger he always
I
appears
mean,
to
look
be.
at what he managed to achieve in WWE, right? Is that Grado? Is that Grado?
Nah.
I
You'll be
thought I
in
just saw
Chicago.
Grado in the audience.
Looked like him, though.
Huh. Did look like Grado, like. Come on.
Marco stunt, man. He does my nutting every time I see him.
He's a child.
Because he's like the Hornswoggle of
Yeah.
AEW, but he's not even as good as Hornswoggle.
Yeah, that's true. Remember Hornswoggle sent you a wee video?
He did. it kind of feels weird because it's like I've been watching something else different, and now here I am watching
Ma-
AEW.
Right, exactly. That did not feel like AEW. It felt bigger than AEW, didn't it?
There you go. Case in point.
I know.
I'm going to make
Yeah,
myself
right.
a cup of tea if I'm going to
Nice.
be watching this for the full hour.
Nice.
Are we expecting anything? This sounds so greedy. It's like, are we going to get anything else now?
I know.
What else have you got, mate?
Is that it? I just didn't expect them to give us it straight away like that, though. Like, surely you want to build that anticipation. I wanted to hear the crowd chant for him the whole way through the show. It was quite amazing to hear him say, "I heard you." Amazing.
Let me
What
see.
was that? Oh, that was something.
It was, man. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No worries, mate. No worries. Wow, that was. I didn't expect it to be that quick, to just happen right away, but I'm glad it is. I think that is it. We're off to the races now. CM Punk, AEW, incredible. It's great to want to watch wrestling again, to feel excited about it, and I mean, that was. He's the final musketeer to kind of bring a lot of eyes back. But wow, what a moment! Wow. I think I'm going to make a cup of tea, but I'll wait till Todd comes back because I don't want to leave everybody with no one, just an empty seat swinging. Incredible. I don't think that's it. I do not think that's it. I think this hour is going to bring us more. Mental. Let's see what's happening on Twitter. Surely Twitter's exploding. God, I love this. Conrad, the mortgage guy, who retweeted Weekly Wrestling Ramble today. Big shout out to Conrad Thompson. Stephen, you said that escalated quickly. Yes, it did. Incredible, mate. Incredible. Home run, perfect, greatest moment in AEW history. Well, so far, yeah. Just reading through some of the stuff on Twitter here. Bray Wyatt says rock stars come and go. Musicians play until they die. Eddie Van Halen. I think that may be a wee hint. Tamatonga, know your Festus from the Elite. No. Twitter can be fun when it comes to wrestling. This is exciting. It absolutely is. Everybody on Twitter right now is just wow. CM Punk is all elite. Never thought we'd see it, but there we are. There we go. Let's take a moment and just think about that. CM Punk is all elite, and everybody's tuning in thinking they would never see it. You'll never see that. And it's essentially just a wrestler working for a wrestling company, but that's the beauty of wrestling, that can become a thing. Oh, that was worth staying up for. For those of you that are watching that are in the US, over here in the UK, we have to wait till like 3 a.m. to watch this. So, but hey, I'm not complaining. And AEW is back from commercial. I'm watching via the Fight app. If you have not got the Fight app, you can get a 7-day free trial. Then it's $4.99. Oh, okay. Who's this we've got? HFO. Oh, it's Private Party. Great. Guys, what are you thinking of this? I mean, I can't say it's been an episode, but what he's thinking of the CM Punk moment. I mean, tell me what happened for you guys. You saw how we reacted. Incredible. Mental. Curious as to how this is going to go down. Curious as to how this is. There we go. We've got a hot crowd. This should be fun with Jungle Boy's Tarzan Boy.
I'm back.
Sorry, I'm just boogieing into Jungle
right.
Boy.
Have you seen that the AEW shop has crashed because they put the Punk t-shirt live?
Fantastic.
And also the All Elite pictures out now.
yeah. The Twitter are just blowing up.
Absolutely, man. It's almost like the end of an era, at the beginning of a new one as well.
It is. How much bigger does AEW feel now? Look at that.
The size of that arena, man.
This is like It's not like WCW, but it's the same feel.
It's
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's difficult for me to compare because I wasn't around when WCW had the whole thing.
Yeah. Do you recall me how long ago saying Jungle Boy's going to be pretty big, and with his new tune, it's going to be really easy for the crowds to get in. Here we are, mate. We're there with him.
Why the Young Bucks coming out?
Oh fucking hell!
Can't help himself, obviously.
I'm not a big fan of the Bucks.
No. You want to talk about overrated?
Oh, mate. Amazing. Why are they in the audience?
Why have you got Pentagon and that in the crowd?
Don't know. I feel like something's going to happen. It'll be to promote that cage match, no? Stevenson says the emotions that raised it gave me goosebumps. Or gave by goosebumps. Yes. Put it this way. By the end of the week, it'll have millions of views on YouTube. It'll be watched over and over again. Mental. Went a wee bit out of coordination there, eh? Did you see it? But hey, come on. Ron Funches liked our official Twitter. For everybody that is watching, we don't do Facebook for this show. This is just a Twitter because this is a bi-weekly show, and we do wrestling chat. It's essentially my platform with Todd to catch up about what's been happening in wrestling. So if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter. And right now, we're doing a wee bit of trending on Twitter. I mean, the followers haven't gone up, but the views have. It's pretty cool. Are you eating jelly babies or something?
No, I'm eating some of this caramel stuff. It's not for everybody, but I like it. Good.
Caramel.
Like a cup of tea.
Caramel.
It's like caramel chocolate.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I tried that. It was quite cool.
It's kind of tricky now because I'm sitting there going, okay, I had convinced myself that AEW were going to try and bury the lead and tease it the whole show to keep everybody watching. But they've not done it now.
How many people think I'll just dropped off?
God, that looks like... see that Cody Rhodes show? It looks so...
Oh, mate.
It honestly looks like... I'm trying to put it the nicest way I can put it. It's like an illness, but on TV. It looks that whole stupid American formulaic
Kardashian thing.
Total Divas. This is reality TV, but it's not really reality TV because if you
it has a market, mate. You know, the cool thing for me, right, was I watched some of the Total Divas, and I only watched it because Nikki Bella was with John Cena, and I got to see what a right weird guy John Cena can be. Like, they were staying in his house, and he's like proper, you never made your bed to Nikki Bella's mum. And she's like, oh, I had to rush out in that. He's like, just make sure you make your bed. And she's like, okay. He's like, that's to Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. He's like, you let your dogs play in that side of the garden? Yeah. Did you ask? It's grass. I didn't think. Yeah, they're not allowed in that side of the garden. Why? Because it's my house and you should respect it. They're like, can we leave? Because this isn't fun. It
Is
was
that
very
real, though?
intense, mate.
Is,
It was very intense. It was very intense.
is
He
it
was
real,
quite
though?
huffy. I don't know,
Have
mate.
a bit of laugh. You think he's like? I can see him being the type of guy that'd be like, I'll go on this show, but I'll make myself look like a fucking absolute maniac.
Mate, he's got alligators that kind of walk up into his garden.
To be fair,
Alligators.
I think he was just annoyed that you could actually see him. That was quite annoying.
That's how he escapes the alligators, because they can't. You know, of course, everyone knows now. Jack Perry is obviously Luke Perry's son.
I've got picture-in-picture right now, I'm afraid.
I don't, because I'm on the Fight app.
That's why. That's why I'm getting adverts at the minute, because I'm watching on TNT. Stone Cold TNT.
Stone Cold take on White Castle. Give me some burgers.
Stone Cold ET came here for CM Punk.
And I'm gonna share some Reese's Pieces. Oh hell yeah! Some haircut that boy's got. Looks like a child's toy got stuck on his head.
What? Look at this, right? See that stupid Cult of Cornet thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the most anti-AEW thing there. It says,
Mm-hmm.
all right, 5 hours ago, a poll. All right, folks, tonight's the night. How do you think AEW will botch CM Punk's debut? 332 votes was he doesn't actually end up debuting tonight. So, see, this is nonsense, right? Because you get these people who are so anti-AEW as a result of just listening to people like Cornette.
Yeah, that's true.
If I was Tony Khan, I'd be offering Jim Cornette as much money as I could throw him, just to get him to come on and basically make him look an absolute numpty.
So you do what Vince does then?
I'd basically make him look like a massive hypocrite. I know Jim Cornette goes, "There's not enough money in the world I would take." I did this, mate.
I know. Motherfucker! Wait, I love. There's something that he said to Bruce Pritchard. He goes, Bruce, I'm here, and I'm here to tell you where to go and how to get there. Shit like that, man. He's a meme of himself. He's great. Love it.
Here's a question, right? See regarding Jurassic Express.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening anytime soon. But is it ever a situation where a man's pet dinosaur turns on him?
Yes. Because you know, see that big dinosaur he's essentially Kane. He's a child's version of Kane.
But how does your dinosaur turn on you? How do you do a storyline where you're like, oh, my dinosaur went rogue?
Because the dinosaur was sick of being like Jungle Boy's sidekick. Look at him. He's the star. If they two walked into Vince McMahon's office, it's Kane that's gone. He's getting the push. You know?
Promo. He's just a wee guy. Look at me. I'm a dinosaur, man.
Mate, see, to be honest, see, when I first watched AEW and that dude showed up with a dinosaur mask on, I was like, no, come on to fuck. I was like, come on. Come on.
I think he'd be brilliant as a singles competitor, right? And having basically every feud that he's in being the opposite guy of him trying to convince him he's not a dinosaur. Mate,
mate.
You know you're not a dinosaur, don't you? And he's just like, I can't comprehend how I'm not a dinosaur.
I
He just keeps beating everybody until one day he gets beat. And suddenly it's like, oh, maybe I'm not a dinosaur after all.
And Marco Stunt. I think what's happened, by the way, see when the AEW started, a lot of it was just the Young Bucks and stuff getting their friends jobs, right? But see, since it's progressed, You noticed all those people that we used to see on Dynamite are now on Dark.
Yes.
That's the right thing.
Like,
Hmm?
there's going to be a lot of people lost in the shuffle.
Yes, and that's just the natural way of it. You know, the cool thing about AEW though is if they get lost in the shuffle, they can't blame it on how they were booked,
No.
right? So if they're
Yeah,
not,
but themselves, aren't they?
yeah. So they have to run it through a plethora of yes and no's, but essentially, the gist of what they get in the ring is their own ideas. It's their own stuff, which is amazing. So if somebody gets lost in the shuffle, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, because that's what we needed was a nice, good shot of Jungle Boy's arse.
I had to say.
You never see that with any of the girls in AEW, but aye. Nonetheless, there's fucking Jungle Boy's hoop.
To be fair to Jungle Boy, at least he's not pulling an Edge or a Triple H maneuver where they've got some sort of weird thong on under there.
Scott Steiner, the Royal Rumble. Man. Was that not like the worst thing to see from Scott Steiner? Right, it turns him from like a big badass into like some weird porn star. It does, huh?
What we're watching
Guys
right now is
shouldn't do
like
that.
typical AEW.
Yes. Yes.
That
That
was
was
typical
a
AEW match.
surprise. Yeah, it was a surprise to see them win also.
No, Jurassic Express. No, they're over, man.
Of course, I was being funny.
All right.
They're going to win it all out. They're going to take the championships.
No, I can't see it.
Nah. They've teased it a few times now. Look at that audience, man. Do you know it was only 20 quid for a ticket there? So if you're local to Chicago, that was only 20 quid.
Good value.
Their tickets aren't like stupid.
Oh, there's Kenny Omega and that beautiful belt.
Mate, he's looking Triple H.
It's the thing though, he doesn't quite work for me yet, Kenny Omega.
Aye, still very jesty.
I'm quite disappointed he's fighting Christian Cage.
How?
It was obviously set up, it was obviously going to be Hangman and Omega, but that changed. I think it's because of Hangman and his baby.
Yeah. Commercial. Mate, there's 20 minutes left of the show. And what, 2 matches still to go.
That's right, aye.
There's no more surprises.
Here's the thing, right? Because they've got that large roster now, there's no way that Rampage doesn't go to a 2-hour slot or something. It'll be like the SmackDown to Dynamite. Dynamite's Raw, Rampage is SmackDown.
Well, here's the thing, mate. The one thing I love about what they're doing right now is, okay, Rampage is going to be the SmackDown and Dark is essentially Heat, right? No, it's no. Look at what you just saw in a fucking Rampage episode, mate. They're just as equally as big as each other. That's what I love. Keep that shit. Keep that shit.
It's like there's no differences between the show. It's not like it's blue brand and red brand. It's not like it's different rosters. It's the same roster. Anybody can show up. It's just like okay, we can't fit everything on Dynamite, so what we'll do is we'll set up a second show.
By the way, SmackDown and Raw used to be like that. Even with Velocity. Velocity would cut, mate. Velocity and Heat would come on like an hour before the pay-per-views, so you would see a couple matches on that, and then the pay-per-view would come on. Right, SmackDown and Raw, back when it was like 1999, around that time. Back when SmackDown was SmackDown, like it looked like the cover of the SmackDown game. That was when Raw and SmackDown had the same stuff. It felt like that. Now Rampage is just as good as Dynamite. From what they've shown us so far. It's just as good as Dynamite. Mm-hmm. And if they keep that up, then they're on to a sure thing. I want them to keep that up. I don't want to go, oh, he's demoted to Rampage. When I say those words, that means that it's happening, you know? Rampage is more. They take a couple people and work on their stories specifically on that show. Dynamite's more how do we kind of go through the spectrum of what we've got here as a brand and as a roster. Rampage is like, right, we'll take five different people. Let's progress their story over on Rampage. You know?
Yes. Like there'll be no Jericho tonight, for example. One of the
No.
biggest AEW stars. He'll not be on here tonight. But
Mhm.
CM Punk has been, so there you go. It's not like, oh, there's a different level. It's a different level of star on Rampage. It's like, no, we've got all our big guns on both shows.
Incredible. That was
Doing
amazing.
it the right way, man.
Yeah. Just how
Oh man, I think the Jade Cargill thing will be a squash match. To be honest, mate.
best way.
Ooh,
It'll have to
AJ
be.
Leo show up during the women's match.
Hmm?
Think AJ Leo show up during the women's match?
Nah.
Nah.
It's too cookie cutter, mate. Like, oh my god, we never expected this. But I'm going to pull up Tony Khan's tweet because he said something that I think everybody read into too much. Stevenson says, "Can I get you take on a crazy scenario from a dream AEW booking?" Absolutely, mate. Tell us what is your dream AEW booking?
Me.
No, Stevenson.
All right.
He's going to tell us. But you can as well, Todd.
Well, since it's crazy and it's dream scenario, AEW Dynamite starts. Shawn Michaels music hits. He comes into the ring, takes the microphone, everybody's gone mental. Before he can even take a mouthful on the microphone, Undertaker's music hits. We're getting Michaels, Undertaker, and AEW, y'all.
That would be fun.
Well, here's the thing we came for. Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, there she is. Sold out the whole thing. She is. Her and Britt Baker are the standouts. Wait, and Ty Conti.
You think? Jade Cargill, aye?
There's something about her that's... She's not like your average girl.
She's unintentionally hilarious. Because she's definitely got the physique. She's a physical specimen. And she might be able to go in the ring. But her promo skills are like wonderfully, terribly bad and hilarious.
See what happens. Chris Van Vliet just said there, how can SummerSlam compete with what we just saw tonight?
Well, to be honest, it can't. SummerSlam will have a barn burner with Reigns and Cena. That will be a barn burner. And you might get an appearance from The Rock. And Vince will see that as a big thing. And to be fair, it will probably get more eyes in the product than what they're used to. It's the same regarding Goldberg. People knock Goldberg, right? But the reason Vince brings him in is because he brings in the lapsed nostalgic fan of the whole WCW stuff.
Yeah.
But they're not, even if they do bring back The Rock, it's not going to have the same impact as what we've just seen tonight. Simple as that.
Nah, hell
Anybody
no.
who says, "Oh, shut up, Todd," is kidding themselves, in my opinion. As I say, I'm not knocking WWE, but they need to do something a bit.
So Stephen says, lights go out, you hear horses galloping, lights come back on. Rick, Punk, Brian Cole, Adam Page are in the ring. New Four Horsemen. That would be cool. The only thing is, a squash match, you were right. It would be cool. I just don't think the Four Horsemen, I think that was done. But you could have like a new Four Horsemen and name it something else. Would be pretty cool.
Like, I'm going to say it's going to annoy a lot of people. I've said it to you a million times. Four Horsemen are like the most overrated stable of all time. I've never seen anything about the Four Horsemen other than four old guys one of which was Ric Flair coming out and going,
Mate, that red velvet. How shite was she? She just got hammered.
there you go, just recapping Punk.
Mm-hmm. Grown men to tears. Wow. There we go. Look at that.
Dynamite. Great.
Amazing. Mate, they've got all the right guys in the right places, don't they? Red Velvet, did she not just get smashed a second
No, at
ago?
the moment.
All right.
As I'm saying, the latest Brandy Rhodes lookalike. When we got Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy for some reason.
Stephen says.
And they're the closest thing AEW could take her, Malachi Black.
Yeah, now, yeah. Until Wyatt shows up. Stephen says blasphemy, sir. And I think he's talking to you, Todd, when you say that they were overrated.
Keep forgetting about Wyatt, man. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, he'll be coming.
Of course, it can't be the Fiend for obvious reasons.
No, did you not see the image he put on Twitter? He's got a new character.
But what I'm saying, he won't be.
Look at this, by the way. Moxley is not as good as Austin. Never was.
A Stone Cold cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
I beat Fuego del Sol. I beat Matt Sydal, but to be the biggest name in this company, I have to beat John Moxley in the United States.
Moxley was such a tough guy. You went down pretty quick when Garcia Tanya Harding your ass, didn't you? Moxley!
I kind of look at these guys. They look like they're something out of the Attitude Era.
Yes, I was about to say that myself, man. That's Billy and Bart Gunn, the Smoking Guns.
Especially the guy on the right hand side, his eyes are fucking crazy, man.
Mate, one of them's surely a young buck. The guy on the right.
Remember that Family Guy sketch where it showed you Vince Vaughn and Susan Sarandon, and it's like a film. It's like where two people look like they don't sleep.
That's him.
I think John Moxley falls in that category as well. It's just like a guy who looks like he never sleeps.
He always does this. When he's just standing still, he's like. He does, huh?
Right, main event coming up. We've got 10 minutes for the main event.
Well, there's 3 of them and 2 of them, so we need to get Brian out to even the score.
I don't think anything else is happening.
Nah.
Because if Brian was coming out, he's going to get a 15-minute entrance like Punk and all.
Moxley would be the love child of Cactus Jack and Stone Cold. Aye, to an extent. Still, I think there's still more. Do you know what it is with John Moxley? All we get is this. I'm going to kill you, right? I'm just going to kill you, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to do you in, man. I'd like to see more layers. We need layers of John Moxley, and I'm not seeing
it. Yeah, he's not at that level. He's no... I said Stone Cold cosplay. I don't mean that as he's the next
motherfucker.
Nobody's the next Stone Cold. Stone Cold's like his own thing.
Remember what I said at the start of the show? If you're going to be the next something, you're going to be shite. You're not going to do it. You have to be the first.
If you said to me, Todd, who would you rather see in the main event of All Out? John Moxley or Stone Cold DT? I would rather see Stone Cold DT, which is a piss take of Stone Cold Steve Austin, than actually a legitimate John Moxley. That's the problem with John Moxley.
All I've got to say about that is, oh, hell yeah! Down some of my Reese's Pieces.
I'm not kidding you. If you've not watched it, there's a video on the Stone Cold DT guy's YouTube, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's him basically reacting to a story that Steve Austin told in his podcast, and the stories that Steve Austin talking about the time he met Sasquatch at his Broken Skull Ranch, and he basically reenacts the whole thing. And honest to God, it had me screaming because it's legitimately Austin telling this story. And it's just Aye.
You see the one where he follows Chris Masters about and Chris Masters batters him at every moment.
I've seen that one as well. I've watched quite a lot on that channel, but this one was really funny because it's legitimately Austin's audio,
Aye.
and it's quite funny guy.
Aye.
Steve Austin.
He does a lot of impressions of guy. It's not just Austin. He does
Like,
some Matthew McConaughey.
I seen
Right.
Austin's reaction to the Stone Cold ET. He said like
I've not. Is it good?
it's like somebody filmed it on a camera phone. He's like at a Q&A in the bar. It's like, hey Stone Cold, what did you think of the Stone Cold ET? And it's like, didn't you know, guys? No, that's me under that mask.
Stephen says, I have to ask, do you all have Reese's pieces in the UK? Yes, we do. We haven't always, but we
don't
do.
have
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces as much, but we have the peanut butter cups. We have just about everything. But the way we're going, we're bringing in a lot of, like, see the garage down at the bottom of my street. It's got like a whole shelf of American sweets, like
Twinkies and all that.
But the problem is, for some reason, just because they're from America, it's just like we pay. Well, how much for a box of cereal do you pay out here? I'll pay £3 for a box of Crunchy Nut. How much do you pay for a box of Captain Crunch?
$6.99.
$6.50 because it's American and it's Captain Crunch. You can't get it anywhere. It's like, well, I can get it here, but I'm not paying £6.50 for it here, mate.
Mm-hmm. Stone Cold ET.
If there's anybody watching this right now, go to Stone Cold DT's YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and just send a message saying how he needs to get on to the Wrestling Ramble.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I like that theme.
Nice. This was Tony Khan's idea. John Moxley was against it. His name is Jonathan Good in real life.
I think Tony Khan's right here. I think this is a great way to bring him in.
Wild Thing.
Silver.
Yeah, it's true.
I like how he always kept the shield thing about him. How he kept
Yeah.
That's his thing, you know what I mean?
I see that boy with the hair dancing to him there. Mate, we foresaw Stone Cold ET because get this, the darker side of Stone Cold ET is Stone Cold Sheep. Remember him? WrestleMania 30.
Austin Sheep.
Austin
WrestleMania
Sheep. Standing on his own like that.
Well, there's Eddie Kingston out of nowhere.
I know, yeah.
You're a big fan of Eddie Kingston, I know.
I think he's good, man. I think he needs better gear. Somebody's shouting at them. You see that?
This will be a very short match. 5 minutes.
Aye. It's going to be a squash again. 2 squash matches for the end, man.
Aye, you're probably right. Unless there's shenanigans. Where's Daniel Bryan from?
He is from Aberdeen, Washington.
Aberdeen, Washington, okay.
Same place as Kurt Cobain.
Oh, right, cool. So, if AEW Dynamite or Rampage is coming to Aberdeen, Washington,
then we know.
Hey? We're bringing Rampage to Aberdeen, Washington in November for the first guest. Man, just tells you everything about a wrestling band, doesn't it? If we hadn't known about this and Punk had shown up just like he had there, right? We would be going on, this is amazing, this is fantastic. Because that happened in the first 5 minutes and we knew it was coming, we're like, well, what else have we
got? Is there anything else?
It's like this. It's like a Family Guy thing. It's like, please just let me have CM Punk back. Please just let me have CM Punk back. No.
Now I want more. Now I want more. Mm. Mm.
Oh man, see stuff like that when you can quote Family Guy like that. That's still good.
Of course.
Who's laughing now? I got
Remember we went away. Donnie Most. Donnie. Actually, it's Don Most. Stephen says, I'm really glad I stumbled upon your stream tonight. I have enjoyed talking to you guys. Hey, it's been an absolute pleasure. We usually do this bi-weekly, and we've got a show about movies as well. Some really cool guests. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you, Stephen. So if you just smack the subscribe button and you'll see when we go live, come in here anytime and chat with us. Send us a wee email if there's any stuff you want to see us cover, and we'll absolutely do that, mate. So what, we got like 3 minutes left?
Moxley carrying a bit of timber here.
A bit of timber. You're not aisle painting yourself. Carrying a bit of timber, man. I love the verbiage. I love the verbiage.
There is movement upstairs in my house.
Uh-oh.
That is not a good thing.
I know what that feels like. I know what that sounds like. Oh. Where is this match going? There's 3 minutes left of airtime. Oh, clothesline for hell. JR. By the way, JR does a great job of announcing. People always say, oh, he said WWE by mistake, but see the way with Sting, the way he explained Sting's match, where he got up after the table. Brilliant. Oh, look, come on. You can see his headbutt in his own hand. Come on, man. What a sock. It's over. The return of CM Punk. Oh. This guy's trying to technical wrestle somebody that's just trying to do him in. Oh, come on. You can't. Look at that. Look at that. That is a rotten. Unless it's meant to be like that. It looks different. And this is where it ends.
Easy peasy.
What did you think was going to happen? What a quick show, eh?
It's difficult to do a wrestling show in an hour because we're so.
He reminds me of that guy for Hey Arnold. He's like the dad in Hey Arnold. Oh, here comes Daniel Bryan.
No way.
Let's see. Please. Oh, they're... Oh, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll bring Punk out.
Well, maybe. That's who he's feuding with.
Yeah. How great is Sting, though, eh?
Brilliant. Brings legitimacy, man.
Yeah.
Don't know why WWE didn't use him like that more often.
I know. I'm still not really seeing the Darby Allin thing yet, by the way. I'm still not seeing it. Oh well.
Evidently that was for you who don't watch, this is what this guy's about.
I think the whole purpose of that right there was so they could Sting's there with his face paint on, so's Darby. Let's use them. Right? It's absolutely that. They're not booked in a match, but let's have them out for the audience. That's what that is.
Well, there's nothing else tonight.
Mate, that was
It's the
it's worth
fateful AEW version of the Raw logo has came up, which signals it's the end.
That's basically the HBK shake after it gets done in. What's this? Oh my god, WWE just announced Logan Paul is going a guest on Moist TV night on Monday night. Vince, take that AEW. Is that all they've got? Is Logan Paul? Amazing. Well, guys, that was absolutely worth the wait, worth the 7 years, worth the week of teasing. Todd, we want to say in rounding up.
We're only just getting started, man. We're only just getting started. I think we will try and do All Out. But as I say, that's still a couple of weeks away. So, yeah.
Let's do it. Absolutely. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. And we will see you on the flip side. We're doing Jibber Jabber Podcast. We'll be doing the Suicide Squad weekly box office banter on Sunday. And keep your eye out for some really cool stuff coming up in the Jibber Jabber Podcast. Got some really big guests coming on. In closing, Stephen says, sorry, I normally type much better. Lack of sleep. Hey, mate, I feel you. I usually read a lot better, but lack of sleep. But on that note, guys, we will catch you very soon. And it's been an absolute pleasure. And what a night.
Thank you for being up with us.
Absolutely. Take it easy, guys. Thanks again. And see you later, Stephen.